So giants have been attacking this here town of Fjarlstead. Ettins, some ogres, maybe some orcs are in the mix there as well. And we are down to the final squad of guardsmen, the final defenders of the town, trying to save what remains of their people, of their homes against these invading giants. Let's roll initiative and see if the guys can successfully defend their town. All right, so we are kicking off with Alexander up first. He's going to move just a little bit, throw a spear. He's at long range, so disadvantage. Okay, even with the disadvantage, he pulls off a hit. What I'm going to do here is just keep track of hits accrued. So we've got one accrued, and then Alexander will move up there to get some cover. We go now to Stephan, who is going to follow suit, rolling with the disadvantage. Nat 9 turns into a 12. I think that's exactly a hit. Yep, they've got +3 to hit. So we've got 2 hits accrued. And we go to Andre. Andre will throw at long range. And that is going to be exactly a hit as well. So 3 hits accrued on the Ettin. I'll probably total those out once we get right before the Ettin's turn. Ralph is next. Ralph, here we are. Ralph throws one of his spears. Well, I'm going to say that the guards have 2 weapons apiece. So they've each got like 2 spears or 2 hand axes or a spear and a short sword or a spear and a mace. So if someone makes 2 ranged attacks, then they're out of weapons and they'd have to go hopefully pick it up or recover it. So Ralph rolls, again, long range here. He's going to do just 1 under a hit. The spearhead just scuffs off the shoulder. The thick skin of the Ettin deflects that attack. And we go now to Elmar. Elmar will again follow suit. We need to get some more braver fellows to lead the charge into melee. Elmar cannot quite hit. He will go thereabouts and onto Magnus. Magnus will take his throw. The spear sails through the air and just smacks ineffectively off of the walls of one of the destroyed buildings. And Sebastian, we'll see how brave can he be. I think Sebastian will go here. Let's say he has actually readied an attack with his hand axe. And we're going to be going to the Ettin's turn. I'm going to total out 3 damage rolls from the guards. That comes to a total of 14. The Ettin goes from 85 down to 71. So already it has taken some damage. Nothing too immense though. And its 2 heads snarl and say something fearsome and grotesque. And it goes stomping in. Sebastian will attack with his hand axe, is ready to attack. A 15 is a hit, so we'll do 1 hit is accrued on the Ettin, and the Ettin will swing. Oh, Sebastian, you might have just sacrificed yourself for the good of your people. There's a hit with a total of 19. Sebastian takes 16 damage. The Morning Star of the Ettin smashes him like grains under a millstone. And he flees his mortal coil. Sebastian, you were very brave. Does the Ettin have any more speed left? No, not really. And the Ettin does not have a reach of any kind, just a regular 5-foot reach. So, Sebastian, you really took one for the team and blocked the Ettin from being able to do its 2 hits. Ah! No, Sebastian! Isaac will come in bravely, fueled by the death of his brother in arms. He swings his mace. Unfortunately, a natural one. He fumbles. Hans the brave. Hans the Napoleon. He comes in with his short sword, stabs at the Ettin, and gets a nat 18. That's 21 for a hit. 2 hits are accrued. Timo. For Krav and Lord Maximus! Timo attacks with his hand axe and scores a hit. We got 3 hits accrued on the ettin. On to the second round of combat. We have just one of the guards down. That is Sebastian, and the ettin has taken a, let's say, like a light wound. So Alexander is going to, I think he'll throw from there, and then he's going to come back to his former position. So he has thrown his second spear. Nat 13 is going to be a hit. We got 4 hits accrued. We go to Stephan. Going to do the same exact tactic. Stephan throws. Nat 2 isn't going to do it. Andre, again, same tactic. I think they get within short range, so I'm just doing the 1d20 roll. There is another hit. We got 5 accrued. And to Ralph. Ralph is there. Okay, following suit. Throws his spear. Also scores it. We've got 6 hits accrued. I really think that the guardsmen have a good shot at this, but their good fortune is going to have to stay with them. Krav the warrior must keep them strong. May his strength stay with them. Elmar, he's an older fellow, and he has been well seasoned, and bravely charges in with his spear, thrusting ahead. That's going to be a total of 14 hits. The Ettin's AC just really isn't that great, so it's got more chance of being hit than not. And Magnus, he'll be brave as well, comes in swinging a mace. Wham! Nat 19. We are looking at 8 hits from the guardsmen. Things are looking good. The warrior is with them. So there's the first 4 hits was 14, and the second 4 hits was 20. So that's a total of 34 damage that round to the Ettin. The Ettin goes down to 37 hit points. It is below half. It needs to start really wrecking some guards here. It needs to get some major. It needs to land 2 hits if it wants to really have hopes of victory. There's critical hit. Alrighty then. So let's just say that Magnus there just gets completely smashed, just flattened like a crumpled pile of gore and demolished armor. Oh, Magnus, you were so brave. The Ettin's not particularly smart, so it doesn't really have much tactics other than just smash and cause mayhem. It does have a second attack, though, with its battle axe. The battle axe rains down upon Timo. There is a chance that it might not kill him, but with a 14 damage, it certainly does. And the axe chops him. His top half, his torso goes flying in one direction, and his bottom half slumps over to the ground a different way. Ugh. All right, clean up the battlefield a little bit there. Izak swings his mace, bravely smashing it against the Ettin. That's 1 hit accrued. Hans will stab at it with a nat 18. Hans also getting in a hit. Now, these fellows that were the ranged attacks up here, they're going to need to come in and do like such. Alexander picks up one of the thrown spears and stabs at the Ettin. 13, that is going to be a hit. And Stephan will do much the same. Oh, he can't quite get there. It's getting fairly clogged, but I think he can do okay from there. Grabs a spear as well, takes his attack. Nat 13 is going to do it for a hit. We've already got 4 hits accrued on the Ettin since his turn. Andre, I think he's going to have to dash. Yep, okay, so Andre is going to do a dash and get himself equipped, and then Ralph, I think he's going to have to do the same thing. Okay, so the Ettin is surrounded. The guardsmen are stabbing, chopping, swinging their weapons from all angles, trying to overwhelm this thing before it does too much more destruction. We do have Elmar's turn. Can't forget him before we get onto the Ettin. And Elmar attacks and comes in with a hit on a 14 to hit. That is 5 guardsman damages. That's, let's see, 4 of them equals 16, plus 1 more is 7, 23. The Ettin had a bunch of hit points, but it is low now. It is down to a mere 14. Fortune has been on the side of the guardsmen in this battle. This could have gone so much worse, but I think they're going to be victorious. But let's see, though. We got to play this out. The Ettin swings this Morning Star, manages to hit Andre there. His skull is crushed in one single blow. All right, Andre is out, and then the Ettin's battle axe goes in for a chop. Let's see, 16 plus 7. That is not enough. Elmar blocks the battle axe off of his shield. Steals his nerves so that he does not soil his undergarments, having nearly been split in half like he just saw happen to his comrade in arms. Izak swings. It's a nat 1. His morale is faltering. Hans the Brave calls upon Krav the Warrior as well. He falters, does not hit. We go to Alexander. Alexander stabs with a spear. Oh my, Alexander as well does not pull it off. Oh no, are they breaking now? Is their morale faltering now at this crucial moment? Stephan with a 12 exactly gets a hit. We go to Ralph. Ralph has picked up his weapon. He stabs on the other side, a natural 1. Oh no. And their morale is starting to waver. Elmar manages a hit on a 14. So we're going to do 2 hits, 2 damage rolls against the Ettin and go on to its turn. There is 9 damage. The Ettin goes from 14 down to 5. It has a spear sticking out of its side, stab wounds, a chop, lacerations, bruises. It's bleeding. It's faltering at where it stands. Oh my. Let's see what it can do. The battle axe hefts. Ooh, it's an 11. It is repelled by a chain shirt. And his second attack, we're looking at only a 14. Elmar blocks again with the shield. Onto Izak, swings the mace. And that is a 17 to hit. I think this is going to take down the Ettin right here. Maximum damage. Izak's mace crushes through the kneecap of the Ettin. It falls over onto one knee. The other men skewer it with their spears. Hans stabs the thing into one of its eye sockets. So we revisit here the ruins of Fjarlstead, a hinterlands town in the wake of an onslaught of giants. The defense of the settlement came down to this final squad of guardsmen who managed to repel the last Ettin. All that's left of the life they once knew is a few standing buildings and a group of surviving townsfolk. A new threat has appeared. Dire wolves have begun scavenging the dead throughout Fjarlstead. Their howling is heard frequently. Elmar and his people have been taking shelter in this central fort that still stands, but they are running low on food and in need of many other supplies.
Those accursed wolves are at it again. Haven't they had their fill? Shouldn't they have left by now? They never have their fill. Might be they've established a new den here. We must go out there. Better to face the beasts than cower in here, starving to death. Let's give it one more day, maybe they'll move on. Piss on that. I can't take those bloody howls any longer. I can't take being cramped up in here, waiting around like cravens. I'm going out there to claim as many wolf pelts as I can. Anyone who still has a pair of stones, come and join me.
Elmar and his 5 companions unbar the heavy door and head out into the snow. They grip their weapons tightly, and after a moment of searching about, snarling dire wolves appear. All right, Dan, let's go for the initiative roll and get this fight started. It looks like we are beginning with Hans.
Yeah, I see them.
And we've got the same setup as before, the same gear. Hans throws one of his spears. Is that in the long range? Let's check that out. Yes, most definitely. The spear actually only has a 20-60 range. So let's do a disadvantage roll. He's got like +3. It is a miss. His spear sails and smacks against a rock or a bush, and he jogs over there and takes some cover. We go to Izak, the youngest of the group, who will do a similar tactic. He'll move a bit, throw a spear, and then continue moving to take cover, probably behind Hans. Nat 6 is not going to do it, and we now go to Direwolf number 2. A drooling, slavering, howling thing. Looks like it's going to be... I think what it's going to do, it will come to there and like padding, stalking closer, snarling, maybe dodge, still sizing up these soldiers. It doesn't quite know what it's in for. So let's say the Direwolf 2 is using dodge. Ralph bravely grips his spear. The Arlstead shall not be terrorized by you any longer. And he stabs at the Direwolf, disadvantage for the dodge. That is a miss. And then Direwolf 1 will come snarling in here. Can't quite get in. So let's say it's going to be doing a dash to be setting up their encircling wolf formation. Alexander is going to throw. He'll actually throw at wolf number 1. He'll throw one of his spears. Oh my gosh, we are not getting very good rolls for the guardsmen. This is not a good sign. Are you with me? Elmar's gritting his teeth, gripping onto his longsword. Alexander draws his second spear, but does not fall back. He wants to stay by Elmar's side. Stephan is pretty much already in the thick of it, so he'll just take one step and then make an attack there at the Direwolf. Oh no, they are not rolling well at all. We come to the end of the round. Elmar's last in initiative. Let's see what he can do. He bravely hefts his longsword. He's got like a +5 to hit, and he also rolls. Look at this, nat 7, nat 7, nat 7. So the first round was pretty well terrible for the guardsmen. We go to Hans. Hans, we need you! Elmar shouts through gritted teeth. So Hans will not be a craven. He's got some brave Napernian blood in him, some rather large stones. He stabs with his spear and gets a natural 1. And lets out, unfortunately, a little utter of fear. Izak is going to, I think he's going to stay back. He's going to stay back throwing spears. He'll go ahead and throw a spear at Direwolf 1. Since it is a large size, I'll go ahead and say it does not have the half cover. He wants to get within the short range, though, so he'll need to move a bit, and then he'll move a bit more. I might have actually moved him a little bit too much, but that's okay. I'll correct it here in just a second. And a roll is nat 2. Guys, I guess these defenders of Fjarlstead really are just doomed. This was not meant to be. Direwolf 2 will go ahead and attack Ralph. It's going to have advantage on its attack from the pack tactics, and it's got like a +5 to hit. That will certainly do it. And the Direwolf deals 11 damage and tears off Ralph's arm right at the shoulder. He falls to the ground, his blood painting the snow red. So that was going to be his turn, and now it's not. Oh, I suppose the wolf will continue stalking and encircling along with its ally. All right, Direwolf 1 is going to strike at Elmar. Advantage on the attack for the pack tactics. Comes up with a 21 to hit. That is enough to hit our dear Elmar. 7 damage, but Heavy Armor Master will reduce that to only 4 damage. His hit points go down to 21. No! Alexander runs over here, seeing his ally Ralph having been taken down like that, and he will strike with his spear. Finally, someone gets an attack that can hit, and he deals 7 damage to the first Direwolf. It goes from 37 to 30. Moving along, Stephan swings his weapon. Nat 10, 13, a narrow miss, just misses by 1, repelled by the thick fur and the hide of the Direwolf. And we go to Elmar now, who will attack with his longsword. Nat 16, that's going to do it. Elmar comes up with 6 damage. Not terrible, not amazing, but that'll do. And putting some more damage onto the Direwolf. Moving on to round 3, Hans. He will make his attack against that same Direwolf. They're going to try to take this one down first before they move to the next. That will do it. and his spear comes up with 4 damage. All right, a glimmer of hope now. Izak. All right, Izak actually needs to get in there and recover a spear. Or actually, we'll say he that's fine. He has his mace. There were plenty of spears left over after the last fight, but he is down to melee now. So he comes in with his mace. Yeah, that's fine. That's within 5 feet. Yeah, he's not more than 5 feet away from that one. Okay, so Izak will make his attack, swings his mace. Finally, the tides are turning for the soldiers. They're starting to hit, and he clubs Direwolf number 1 for a mere 2 points of damage. Direwolf 2 will bite at Elmar. Attack has advantage from the pack tactics, and 22 is certainly going to be a hit. And he deals 9 minus 3 from the Heavy Armor Master, 6 damage to Elmar. And Elmar needs to make a DC 13 strength saving throw. Nat 11 plus 5, he stays on his feet and is not dragged to the ground. And then Direwolf 1 also will attack Elmar, the wolves as well, trying to take down one target, maybe drag him away for a meal. That is a hit. Elmar has a great AC, but these wolves just keep rolling really nice. Also, the advantage on the attack certainly helps. 13 damage. Heavy Armor Master is going to reduce that down to 10. Elmar is very wounded, and let's see what he can do on a strength saving throw. All right, good enough. He holds fast to his feet. It is Alexander's turn. No, Elmar, we can't lose you. He attacks Direwolf. That is a 12 to hit, not going to be good enough. And we go to Stephan. His spear thrusts out, missing by a mere 1. We go to Elmar's turn. He is going to use Second Wind because he really needs the hit points. This is D10 plus 1. He regains 5. So Elmar is at 10 out of 25, and that is not great. I'm wondering if he should actually dodge, or should he continue with the fight? Elmar is already bleeding a bit, starting to breathe heavy. He grits his teeth, and he hefts his blade against the dire wolf. Elmar swings. 19 is going to hit, and he's got 8 damage. A pretty solid hit. The dire wolf goes down to 10 hit points. Hold, men! Hold! He's hoping to rally his allies. We're going into round 4 here. Hans. Come on, Hans, we need you. Hans the Napoleon. Cold blood. Oh, his cold blood is maybe too chilled, and he shakily gets a natural 1. We go to Izak, who will make his attack. He swings his mace. He's the one that battered through the Ettin at the end of the last fight. 16 will do it. He cracks the dire wolf for 4 damage. It goes down to a mere 6. It's nearly down, men! Hold! Izak, nearly soiling himself with terror. Direwolf 2 focuses on Elmar. He's tasted Elmar's blood. He attacks with advantage. Oh my gosh, a 22 again. These wolves they're just biting Elmar left and right. 8 minus 3 is going to be 5. Elmar's almost down. All right, our hero is at a mere 5 hit points with the other direwolf attacking with advantage. I guess I need to make Elmar's strength saving throw. Don't want to forget that. It might not actually even matter in this specific moment, but I should make it nonetheless. Well, there's a nat 17. That's good. Okay. Direwolf 1 attacks with advantage from the pack tactics. 15. Elmar's shield repels the fangs of the wolf. Back! And he has survived another round. Alexander thrusts his spear at the direwolf to the north. Oh, nat 14. That is going to be good. See how much damage he can do. Can he take it down? There's 5 damage. It almost falls over, but barely keeps itself up at the last moment. Stephan will attack, hoping to seize this opportunity and slay the creature. And Stephan, I guess it doesn't matter what he rolls. He has slain Direwolf 1. One of the wolves is defeated. It yelps and falls bleeding to the ground. 1 more to go, men. The other men are saying, fall back, Elmar. We have you, Elmar. We have you. I will not give up. Elmar refuses stubbornly. He swings his longsword. The blade, repelled by the hide of the dire wolf. Hans steps here, stabs out with his spear. A natural 2, not gonna do it. Izak, the youngest of the group, swings his mace. 12 isn't going to do it either. The direwolf has tasted the blood of Elmar, and he wants more. There is no advantage this time, though. No more pack tactics. But a nat 16 is good enough. Oh, Elmar, he should probably be going down here. Elmar takes 11 damage. He falls to the ground. All right, Elmar is prone and dying. He is bleeding from a number of direwolf bites. Alexander attacks. Lands a spear hit. Gets in 4 points of damage on the direwolf. That's the first damage on the thing, but it's a start. Stephan steps in there. Stabs out. Nat 19, excellent. Gets in for, oh my gosh, minimum damage, just 2. Direwolf still has 31. Elmar makes a death saving throw. 15, that'll be 1 success for him. Hans attacks. Oh, misses by 1. We go now to Izak. Swings the mace. The iron phalanges as well. Miss by 1. The thick, shaggy fur of this tundra direwolf is not having it. The wolf then turns to Izak, who I believe has already soiled himself, and now even more so. Ah! The wolf batters against Izak's shield and does not find purchase with its teeth. Alexander, come on, Alexander. Alexander's spear strikes true. Direwolf takes again minimum damage, just 2. All right, this is still anyone's battle. Stephan swings. I guess I shouldn't say swings, but stabs rather. That is a hit. So we can do more than minimum damage. This is still minimum damage. Another measly 2 damage to the direwolf. Elmar makes another death saving throw. 4 is a failure. He's got 1 success and 1 failure. Hans, attack. Critical hit. First critical hit of the fight. Well done, Hans the Napernian. Die, beast! 8 damage. Now we're finally starting to see some noticeable damage, some noticeable wounds on the direwolf. Izak swings his mace and connects, ends up dealing maximum damage, 7 to the direwolf. We got the direwolf's turn. I think it had his eyes focused on Izak there, and 17 is going to be good enough. Izak is taking 9 damage. Ah! A vicious bite. He's not dead, but he is greatly wounded down to just 2 hit points. Moving along, we go to Alexander. Makes his attack. Longtime ally of Elmar. Hates to see his ally lying there on the ground, bleeding. Elmar, no! Terror, nerves, franticness. His attack misses. Stephan with a scarred face. He has seen many battles. He can't land his hit as well. The height of the wolf is too much for that one. Elmar's making another death saving throw. A natural 1, my friends. Elmar has passed away, died of his wounds, bled out there in the frigid snow.
Heidi, I go to see you now. Graf, carry my spirit forth.
No! His allies wail. Elmar gives up the ghost. Hans shouts a foul Napernian curse at the direwolf. Stabs with his spear. Manages to land the blow. Minimum damage, though. Just another 2 to the direwolf, though it is down to 10. Izak is rather terrified. Actually, I'm going to roll like a morale check for Izak. We'll use this D20 for like a wisdom saving throw. 13. We'll say that's exactly what I needed, because 13 is like the DC for the direwolf's like trip. It's like its main DC, we could say. So Izak barely holds up his morale despite his wounds, and he is not going to disengage and flee. He is going to attack once more with his weapon. Gets a natural 19, bashes the direwolf over the head. 5 damage to it, and it is down to a mere 5. The direwolf will disengage, and it will run. It's got 50 feet of speed, so it actually goes pretty far, padding out there into the snow. I moved it a bit too far, but that's okay. We'll just remember that it has moved. Alexander picks up one of the spears from the ground, throws it at the direwolf. Is going to be in long range. Disadvantage. Natural 1 isn't happening. We go to Stephan. He'll do the same. Can he get into short range? Yes, I believe he can. All right, Stephan throws his spear at the fleeing dire wolf, gets a natural 19. It's going to be D6 plus 1 damage. Max damage, 7. The spear stabs right through the haunch of the fleeing direwolf. And the thing lets out a lupine yelp. And the direwolf hits the ground with a flurry of frost and a spattering of its blood, flicking upon the ground and upon the cracked and rubbled stone from where some giant's boulder had smashed through a wall. Men, Elmar has fallen. Ralph has as well. But the wolves that have been prowling about the ruins of Fjarlstead have been defeated. They gather around and prepare to say their goodbyes to their dear brother in arms, Elmar the Brave.